أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواحي لتراب مقامه الفداء أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone is well.
Walaikum salam.
I'm going to try to see how you're able to find this. So this is a book in Arabic, which I'm going to try and push and see how well we can do. This is the, in Arabic, it's called Tafsir al-Amthal of Ayatollah Makarim Shirazim. In Urdu, it's called Tafsir al-Namuna, and it's one of the easier tafsirs in the Arabic language for the Quran. It's 30 volumes, but of course we will not do 30 volumes, but I want to just to see how you find it and what your reaction will be to this if we start working on the Arabic itself. Right, I'm going to ask, who I'm going to ask? I will ask Sister Kulthum to come on the mic, if you can.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam. I'll send you the PDF for this book. Do you want me to send the PDF now, or can you manage it on the screen to read? It's recorded, so you can listen to it afterwards.
I can try and read. I'm not an Urdu reader.
So. That's fine. It's not Urdu, it's in Arabic, so it's fine.
Okay.
So,
and there are no vowel signs, so yeah.
Exactly. So that's the reason why I'm trying to just try to push as much as I can and encourage you to start reading books in Arabic. So I will help you. So the books we've done so far should have helped you to understand. Now let's read the title itself. It says Surah.
Surah Al-Fatiha.
Yes.
Yeah, Surah Al-Fatiha.
The Surah Al-Fatiha. So as we know, the word Surah, it's a noun, and Al-Fatiha is also a noun. So this is coming as a, you know, the concept of mudaf ilay?
Yes.
So this here is coming as mudaf ilay. Surah. So the word surah, the ta marbuta here, should come with a dhamma. Do you remember mudaf? If it's in the beginning of a sentence, it comes with a dhamma.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it does not have tanween. It's a single dhamma, correct?
Exactly. MashaAllah. Thank you. I chose the right student. Suratul and the word Al-Fatiha, the ta marbuta on Al-Fatiha, what should it be?
It should have a kasra.
Exactly. So the name of this surah and the chapter which we discussed today, inshallah, we'll try. It's Suratul Fatihati.
Fatihati, yes.
Right, now the Suratul Fatihati, this is the name of the chapter, which I'm going to try to do 2 paragraphs and see how we can dissect this and whether we're able to read this. Now, then it's got a subtitle. Now, this word in the beginning, it says Makkiyatun. So we'll read this Makkiyat. There's a shadda there, and we will say Makkiyatun, meaning that this surah was revealed
in Makkah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then
so
here,
so
just 1 second. Makkiyatun will be with a ta marbuta, Makkiyatun.
Okay.
And then wa here means and. Wow here means add, and the word here, the word adadu. The adadu means numbers. Numbers.
So how do you know adadu or adada?
So exactly, this is the thing. Now remember, the word, whenever a word, I mentioned this several times, you just need to refresh yourselves. Whenever a noun comes in the beginning of a sentence, or in a new sentence, normally the last letter of the
Dhamma.
word should end with a dhamma or a dhamma tanween. So it should have been adadun, but it's numbers of what? It's can you see the word after it? Ayah, ayatun, ayat.
Verses.
Exactly. So here, adad, it should have, so it's number of ayats. So here, adadu is mudaf, ayat is mudaf ilay. So the ruling again should be adadu. If you write, if everyone can write this down in your own handwritings on your notebooks, that'd be great. What adadu? So the word ayatun, alif, ya, anti marbuta. Alif, ya, anti marbuta is the singular, means verse. And alif, and a mud on top, and ya, alif, anta, ayat, and a flat ta means verses. Correct? وعدد آياتها وعدد آياتها 7.
7, right?
Exactly. So far clear? Makkiyatun وعدد آياتها 7. It's a Meccan surah and its ayats are ha وعدد آياتها. Ha, it means it, referring back to Al-Fatiha.
Fatiha. Yes.
مفعول به.
And what is the meaning of adadu?
Adadu
Number.
means numbers.
Number.
Number.
Yeah, numbers, yeah.
Mhm.
A number
So
of its
we are using we
Yes.
are using the singular for adadu, not the
No.
plural, even
No.
though it's 7, right?
So the word adad itself, it's coming in. So the word adda means the verb is normally a it's a 3-letter adada ya'did adda ya'uddu means to count, is a verb. And here the word adado, it's coming as mudaf, and ha is coming as mudaf ilay. And yes, you're right, the word adad and adad. So the word adad itself. So adad is singular, adad is plural.
Okay, yep.
Adadun is singular, adad. I will send you this as well across. Let me just write this down. So I'll send all of this across at once. So adadun, and in Urdu we use this as well. Adadun
Adad,
and
yeah.
adad. And I'll send this across after the lesson as a PDF file so that you have the plural as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, plural. And then we have, sister, I will ask everyone to read one sentence, one line at a time. Then khasa, next word it says.
Asaha.
So
Khasa'ituha.
Khasa'u.
the word, just 1 second. The word khasatun. Kha, alif, swad, anti marbuta. The word khasatun means particular, khas. Aman khas. Yeah, the word khas.
Yes.
Now here, khasa'is is plural. Remove the ha, just have the sad, just remove the ha, just kha, sad, alif, hamza, and swad. Khasa'is means the specialities or the particularities of Surah Al-Fatiha.
And singular of it is khas.
Khas, khasun or khasatun.
Khasatun. Okay.
Kha, alif,
Khas.
and swad will have a shadda on top.
Khasa'asaha. Okay.
Khasa'isuha. So whenever it now starts,
Khasa'isu.
yes. Khasa'isuha. If you want me, inshallah, let me just do this lesson, and if you want me, I'll send the actual i'rab on this PDF file in red pen and so that you can familiarize yourself in reading the text without i'rab. So we should be, I'm trying to gradually pushing and encourage you to read this now. Khasa'isuha means its specialities. Now, then it starts. Li, li comes in the meaning of four. Li comes in the meaning of
Ownership.
four.
Oh,
Ownership,
four.
yes. Yeah.
حرف
So
جر.
it's lihada.
لهذه
So
لهذه
lihadihi surata.
Now, just remember, lihadihi. Now, can you see the word li is a harf jar?
Yes.
Now, what
Surati.
does, so the word hadihi is majroor of li.
Correct.
Everyone remember, whenever harf jar, li
Mm.
comes, it gives the noun after it a kasra. However, the
مجرور
word
become
hadihi is it's an indeclinable noun,
Mabni.
mabni. So even though the harakat is not visible, but when, and do you remember I spoke to you about this in book 2 and 3 as well? Whenever after hada or tilka, the noun after it has alif lam. Can you see with the surah has alif lam?
Yes.
It becomes part of hadihi, and the same harakat of hadihi will be transferred onto the word asura.
It's almost like a badal.
It is badal.
So surati.
Yeah, it means when badal in easy terms, it's called identical word, identical harakat.
Correct.
So whatever hadihi harakat would get, the word asura will have the identical harakat. That's what badal means. So we will read لهذه السورة لهذه السورة.
Surati.
Does this make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So لهذه السورة, we will translate this for this surah.
Put this surah.
What about this surah? لهذه السورة
مكان.
مكانة. The word is
Makana.
write this in your own writings, the harakat, and then inshallah I'll send this afterwards. Makanatun. Makanatun, the word makan means house, and here makanatun means position. لهذه السورة makanatun. What type of position is there? Now here, write the harakat in you, and now inshallah I'll send it after the lesson. Makanatun. Then it says the word here. You know, the word tamyiz. In Urdu we use the word tamiz, and in Arabic we have the word tamiz as well. Tamiz here means distinguishing, exemplary.
متميز.
Here we read it
متميزات.
mutamayyazatun.
متميز.
The ya should have a fatha. Mutamayyazatun.
متميزة.
Mutamayyazun. So لهذه السورة مكانة متميزة. So it means so far for this surah is a distinguishing position. So can you see the word makanatun has a time marbuta? Can you
Yes.
see the word mutamayyazatun has a time marbuta?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now after so here, can you see the word makanatun is both words here, makanatun and mutamayyazatun, are coming with a tanween, rafa tanween, dhamma tanween, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember I spoke to you about mubtada and khabar, and I said to yourself, whenever the mubtada comes without alif lam and it's nakira, then the khabar will come before the mubtada. So makanatun mutamayyazatun. Makanatun is mubtada. Mutamayyazatun, it's a sifa, it's an adjective describing what type of position does it have. As a distinguished position. So mutamayyazatun is a sifa, adjective describing what type of position, And makanatun
Listen.
mutamayyazatun, both of them together is the mubtada, and lihadi surati
Yeah.
is lam is harf jar, and hadi surati is jar and majroor.
Jar majrur shubu jamla. Is that the khabar?
Yes,
The khabar
this is
before?
the khabar. That's right. It's coming before the mubtada.
The mubtada. Okay.
لهذه السورة مكانة متميزة. Then it says baina. The word baina means amongst, between. Baina can come in the meaning of between or amongst. And the word baina, whenever it comes, whenever baina comes, whenever the word baina comes, the word after it, so doctor just joined back in again, لهذه السورة is khabar, makanatun mutamayyazatun is the mubtada, which is delayed. So we'll translate, this surah has a distinguished position. The word baina means between or amongst. And whenever the word baina comes, the word after it will always come as
Much.
majroor.
Baina sa'id.
Majroor, as mudaf. So it'll
Is
be,
that like zarf? Is that zarf mudaf ilayh?
yes, that's right.
Is baina zarf?
Yes, it is zarf.
Okay, so sa'iri or sa'ira.
It should
Ri,
be,
it would be ri.
yes, sa'iri, because what's happening, if we just had this, the word sa'ir means remaining. The word sa, so the word sin, alif, hamza, ra with the dhamma tanween, sa'irun. The word sa'irun means remaining. The word sa'irun means remaining. But the word sa'irun, between, remaining. So the word sa'iri, we'll read it with a kasra because it's baina is mudaf, sa'iri is mudaf ilay, and it's becoming mudaf again to baina sa'iri. The word suwar, the word suwar, suwari.
Surah is the plural of surah?
Yes, suwarun, so suwarun, suratun is singular, suwarun is the plural of suratun. So baina is mudaf, sa'iri is mudaf ilay, sa'iri, and it should have been sa'irin, but it's not, because sa'iri is mudaf again, and suwari with a kasra is mudaf ilay, and al-Qur'ani is coming with a kasra, and yeah, again, correct, mudaf ilay, and al-Karimi with a kasra. Al-Karimi is coming with a kasra because it's an adjective for the Quran.
Not
So it's not manut. Okay.
Exactly,
Okay.
not and man'ut. So for
Right.
this surah is a distinguished position amongst the remaining or the other remaining surahs of the Holy Quran.
So beautiful, mashallah.
Yes.
Can I
So
read
we've done this. I'm going to repeat this again a few times so that you are crystal clear with this, inshallah, and then I'll continue.
Can I try read this?
Sorry?
Can I try read this one line?
Yes, you can. Go ahead, Sister.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Lihazihis surati makanatun mutamayyazatun.
Ahsanti. Continue.
Baina sa'iri is it Sama or Kasra?
Kasra.
Real.
Suwaril Quranil Kareem.
Ahsanti. MashaAllah. Sister, Wajid Bukhari, are you there? Or is are there other
She has very bad connection because she's in an area where there's storms running right now.
Right, okay. Sister Kulthum, Bismillah, can you read this as well?
Okay, Bismillah. Lihada suratul
Lihadhis.
oh, lihadihi suratun makanatun.
Remember, whenever there's alif lam, the noun will never get a tanween.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Lihada surati makanatil.
Makanatun.
Oh, makanatun is mudaf. I mean, sorry, is
No,
mubtada.
makanatun is mubtada. Yep.
Yes, makanatun is mubtada. So lihada suratil lihaz. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Lihaza his surati makanat
Makanatun.
makan. Okay, makanatun. Mutmayyizatun baina sa'iri suwaril Qur'anil Karimi.
MashaAllah. Is this clear for everyone now?
It'll take
Now,
a little while to practice.
I'll take 3 or 4 months. I don't mind, but I'm going to push because I'm feeling that people are getting fed up with what's happening. Why you get? So I'm going to give you that what you need, the destiny, bit by bit, a small morsel, so that you're able to digest it.
One more
Sister
time,
Najla,
Sheikh. I'm going to ask you to just say it one time, the complete sentence, so that I have it in my head. Thank you.
Yep. Sister Najla, are you there as well? Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Yes, but our internet connection, Assalamu alaikum, our internet connection is not good today. That's why we lost the internet and we are back now.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, inshallah, well, I'll read this again, and then inshallah, you can listen to it, and I will listen to you again. So we will read this. لِهَذِهِ السُّورَةِ مَكَانَةٌ. Makanatun means place. Mutamayyazatun. Mutamayyazun is an adjective for makanatun. For this surah is a distinguished position. Baina, whenever the word baina comes, like ba'da, the word is mudaf ilay. So the word sa'iri is coming with a kasra. Baina sa'iri suwari, that's mudaf ilay. So the sa'iri is mudaf again, and suwari is mudaf ilay. Al-Qur'ani al-Karimi. Okay, baina sa'iri suwaril Qur'ani al-Karim.
Why don't we have the kasra and the fatha signs?
Thank you ever so much. This is the art. The whole reason why I was doing book 1 and 2 is to prepare yourselves to face this reality of having the books in Arabic language without the fatha kasra. So the art of Nahu syntax teaches a student to know what harakat to give. And that is the art of Arabic grammar. So we have to study. That's the reason why I was doing book 1 and 2, make you understand mudaf, mudaf ilay, sifa, mawsuf, and so forth, so that I can start reading these types of books. All books in Arabic language, pretty much 98% of books have no harakat because they expect you to know Arabic grammar.
This sounds more like Urdu when you read it.
Urdu in the sense that because I'm Pakistani, so that's why probably if the Arabs were reading it, they will make it sound
Because,
more Arabic.
like I have taught my children Qur'an Pak, but when I make them read Urdu, they say this is Arabic without signs. So this is what it looks like.
Yes, but the thing is that with Urdu, if you change the harakat, it makes it different. But in Arabic language, if we change the harakat, it changes the meaning.
Okay.
That's the difference between Urdu and Arabic text. So we need to understand why are we giving this harakat. But in Urdu, it has some, it gives you that leeway to change the harakat to some extent. Now let's continue. Wa. Now here there's 2 tas. Ta, mim, ya, and zal. Now, does anyone remember we did a verb where we had, do you remember in Arabic language, the minimum letters in a verb are 3 letters. Does anyone remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like fa'ala, kataba, and then we did the 4-letter
So
verb.
this is
So
okay. So this
remember
is
this.
not a mudariya form then, is it?
So
Is it
so
tatamayyaza?
it is, you're right, it is the present tense, but remember now. So we need to remember, we need to first of find out what is the root letter. The root letters is mim, ya, and zal. Mim, ya, and zal. This is the root letters. Now we are having two additional letters in the beginning, tata. So tata. So we need to understand that the first ta. So I'm going to be a student like you. So if there's two tas together, I should assume it as a student that the first ta is the ta of the present tense. So whenever there are two tas or there are two yas together, assume one of them is of the present tense. So if we remove this now ta, then we are remaining with ta, mim, ya, and zal. And so do you remember we did a verb which had a ta as an additional letter? Does anyone remember that? I'll remind you. Do you remember? Takallama. Does anyone remember takallama? No? Okay. That's fine. That's
No,
fine.
Sheikh.
No problem. Give me 1 second. Let me just sign in from my phone into the group, and I'll give you the past tense for this as well. Give me 1 second. So the past tense of this is tamayyaza.
What does it mean, Sheikh?
Distinguish.
Oh, we saw that in the beginning, matamayyazata. So watatamayyaza.
So the past tense is this. I'm going to write this down. Tamay. Just bear me 1 second. Can everyone see it in the chat box?
Chat box. No.
Yes. Tamayyaza.
Yeah.
So the past tense is tamayyaza. The present tense is yatamayyazu. And I'll send you the past tense and the present tense so that you are aware of this. So tamayyaza and yatamayyazu. So tamayyaza is the past tense, and yet here tatamayyazu. Now this ta in the beginning is referring to the surah itself. Because surah is feminine, so yatamayyazu, the ya is changing to a female, she is, meaning the surah is. It is distinguished. Tatamayyazu. So everyone write the harakat. Tatamayyazu bil khasa'isi. What does word khasa'is mean?
Important class.
Yes, specialities.
Specialty.
Yeah. Ba means by. Bil. Ba is by. Alif lam means the. Bil khasa'isi. The swad is getting a kasra. The word, whenever the word ataliyat, so the word ataliya is having alif lam. This is coming as an adjective for al khasa'is. With the translation of bil khasa'isi ataliyati be with the following. The word ataliya means following. whenever the word ataliya means following, with the following specialities or particular or specialities or particularities. So it is distinguished with the following qualities.
So is it تتميزوا كتتميزي?
تتميزوا. The last set, zal should have a dhamma. Okay. تتميزوا بالخصائص التالية.
And this becomes kasra because of ba, right?
Yes, التالية خصائص is kasra because of the ba, and تالية is the adjective for al-khasa'is.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Is this clear?
G.
Brilliant. Number point, I will do only one paragraph and that will be enough for today. And then inshallah, see how your reaction to it is. Number one. Now, Sister Najla.
Yes.
Bismillah. Can you come on the mic?
Yes, yes.
Now, the word sayaq is also used in Urdu.
Sayako sabak.
Sayaq or sabak, exactly. So,
But I don't know what it means.
the word siyaq means context.
Okay.
Siyaq surah, it means the context of the surah. So the word siyaq will be given a dhamma and a surati will given a kasra. Siyaq surati.
Yes.
Exactly. Mudaf ilay. Exactly. Mudaf ilay. So siyaq surati means the actual formation or the layout of the surah. Siyaq surati. Context of the surah. Siyaq surati. Mudaf ilay. Now, the word takht. So the word now here, ta is coming again. Can we see the ta?
Yes.
So the word ta is coming is 1, 2, 3, ta, kha, ta, lam, fa. So because I know the word, I know what's the root word. So when a person doesn't know the root word, you can guess, you can start guessing. So you could say the ta is of the present tense, and and the ta here may be the additional. So kha, lam, fa is the root. MashaAllah. You just one mistake, but you'll be absolutely right. Just ikhtalafa, ikhtilafni. It comes the word ikhtalafa, yakhtalifu, takhtalifu. So this word here, the past tense, now this is having the ta as an additional letter. So past tense it has 2 additional letters. The past tense is ikhtalafa. The word is used in Urdu and other languages, ikhtilaf. So past tense is ikhtalafa.
Ikhtalafa.
Yes. Past tense, it has 2 additional letters. I'm just writing this down. Ikhtalafa. Yakhtalifu. Ikhtalafa. And next lesson, I'm going to go do all the conjugation of these verbs. I'm going to send it across to you and practice with the ikhtalafa, yakhtalifu.
I got my power back.
MashaAllah, you're back.
I'm back.
Actually, I haven't gone that far, so inshallah you'll be able to catch up.
Inshallah.
So ikhtalafa, yakhtalifu. So ikhtalafa, yakhtalifu, it comes in the meaning to differ. Okay? To differ, or you could use the word as to. Here it comes in the meaning of it comes various or
like ikhtilaf.
Bilkul.
Right?
Gigi, bilkul. or it can, and also ikhtilaf can also come in the meaning of dispute or quarrel or argue. But here it comes in the meaning of different. Okay, so تختلف, so اختلف and
تختلف.
يختلف. أحسنتي. So here the ta is coming. So the ta is coming because the doer, when does a verb change? The verb will change whenever the doer is when the doers change. Now here, whenever, normally after the verb is the doer. Can you see the word surah?
Surah Alhamd.
Surah. Now when normally the fa'il, the doer of the verb, comes after the verb. So
Suratul.
always suratul, yeah, always the doer of the verb is with a dhamma or a dhamma tanween. So suratul hamdi. Takhtalifu. Bismillah says Najla.
Yes.
Takhtalifu.
To Suratul Hamdi.
Exactly. So Suratul Hamdi is different. So Suratul Hamdi is mudaf ilay, and it's the fa'il of takhtalifu. So Suratul Hamdi is different from what? Now the sentence after that is explaining how is it different from other surahs. An means from. The word an, noon, means from or about. So if an, ayn and noon comes sometimes in the meaning of from or an or about or can come in the meaning or. So Suratul Hamdi is different from. So from can come in the meaning of from here as well. Sa'iri. The word sa'iri we did before as well. Remaining. Yes?
Yeah, remaining
And
surahs.
whenever an comes, the word always after an should end with a kasra. Kasra or kasra. So here, an, sa'iri, and it's getting one kasra because it's mudaf. And suwari is mudaf ilay. And al-Qur'ani is suwari is mudaf ilay and mudaf again. Al-Qur'ani, because it's alif lam, this is mudaf ilay. Al-Qur'ani. So we'll read this now. Takhtalifu Suratul Hamdi an sa'iri Suwaril Qur'ani fi lihn. So the word fi means in. In. The word, next word is fi lih. The word is lihniha.
So lihni became majrur, right?
Yes, because of fi.
Yeah.
Fi lihniha.
Wasiyaka.
Or see a wa. See a qaf should get the kasra as well because
Fiha.
of fi. Because it's fi. Fi lihniha. Like when you say wasiyaqiha.
So because it's connecting with wow, right?
Yes, it's connected with wow. So the translation of lihin, you can say pretty much the actual style. Okay, the style or the actual tune. Is that okay? Sister Najla, is that okay? تختلف سورة الحمد.
Suratul Hamdi.
Yep.
An sa'iri Surah Qur'ani fil lahna.
في لحنها.
Lahniha wasiyakiha.
Exactly, mashallah. So ha means its style and its context. Ha is referring back to Surah Alhamd again. Because Surah Alhamd is, the word surah is feminine, so the ha is referring back to the surah itself.
So it is maf'ulun bihi.
No, it's not maf'ul bihi. No, it's just a ha referring to itself. It's not maf'ul bihi. It's majroor. It's mudaf ilay. Fi lihniha wa siyaqiha. Okay, right. Now, let me translate and then I'll move on to the next verse, next sentence. So how we will translate this, we will say Surah Al-Hamd is different from the remaining surahs in its style and its context. Fasaya, so fa means so. So whenever you see fa by itself, it means so. Fasayako suwari, fasayako suwaril. So fasayako is coming in the beginning of the sentence. So fasayako as-suwari. The word al-ukhra means other.
Mhm.
The word al-ukhra
How
always
do you
comes.
know how do you know it's fi sayako or fa sayako?
So the word, whenever fa comes further, fa does not, this fa, when it comes to the noun, like this, joins on, it comes in so. It doesn't really change the harakat.
Mhm.
So so the word, when a noun comes at the beginning of a sentence and it's mudaf, mudaf ilay, the first word, which is sayaq, which is mudaf, should get a dhamma. So fasayaqu as-suwari is mudaf ilay. Al-ukhra is coming as an adjective for as-suwar. So we would translate. So the other surahs, the word here, can you see now here, there's a ya in the beginning.
Mhm.
Can everyone see the ya in the beginning?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Akbar.
Yeah, so the word ya here is indicating that this verb is of present tense. The past tense of this verb is abbara. Ain, ba, ra. Past tense is abbara. You know in Urdu, the word abbara, you abbiru ta'bir. Anyone know the word ta'bir?
Yeah.
Explanation of something.
Mhm.
So the word abbara means it explains, elaborates.
So, Sheikh, is this a 3-letter word or a 4-letter word? Because the ba has a, so that's 2 bas.
Yes, so this is a 4-letter verb. So the ya is of the present tense, and it's the ya is of the present. Yeah, and we have the shadda. The shadda is representing 2 bars there. Is that clear, Sister Kulthum?
Yes, thank you.
So abbara means to elaborate or express. I've just texted it in the chat box. So abbara, abbiru, ta'bir, to explain, interpretate. So fasayaqu surah al-ukhra, the other surahs express or explain an kalamillah, about Allah's speech. An means about, kalam is mudaf ilay. Sorry, not mudaf ilay, it's majroor because of an. Kalamillahi, about the speech or the conversation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is that clear? Fasayaqu suwari al-ukhra yu'abbiru. So abbara yu'abbiru an kalamillahi. So yeah, the other surah, the remaining surahs, the other surahs elaborate, explain on the speech or the conversation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa, and wasayaqu. Sayaqu, I'm reading it. Remember, this is a new sentence. Sayaqu. Why? Because I'm having hadihi here now. So what's happening here? Sayaqu is mudaf. Hadihi is coming mudaf ilayh.
Oh, mashallah.
So context of, so you will see in the translation, it makes sense that this has to be treated as mudaf, mudaf ilayh. So always try to translate as well to see whether it fits to, whether it's suitable for it to be mudaf, mudaf ilayh. The context of this surah, yes, it does make sense. So I will treat it sayaqu hadhihi, and as I spoke to you earlier, and I told you that whenever after hadhihi, the word has alif lam, it will be a twin of hadhihi. It will get the same harakat as hadhihi. It's coming as mudaf ilay, so it's coming as mudaf ilay. So it has a kasra. It should have a kasra. So asur.
Kosratu.
Exactly. So siyaqu hadhi surati, the context of this surah, so the word, the ya ayn bar is coming again, which was abbara you abbiru,
Mhm.
which what does the one you abbiru means? To explain or interpretate. An kalami
Kalami.
Kalami
ibadillah.
ibadillah.
It talks about the conversation.
Badallah.
Yeah, an kalami ibadillahi. An about kalam is getting a kasra because of an. Kalami is mudaf. Ibadi is mudaf ilay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also mudaf ilay, and
Mhm.
ibad is mudaf. So an kalami ibadillahi.
Mhm.
Siyaku hadhihi surati yu'abbiru an kalami ibadillahi. So context of this surah is explaining about conversation of the servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we say Alhamdulillah, it means all praise be to Allah. Allah is not saying, oh Bernie, oh the servants of Adam, oh the servants of Fulan and Fulan. No, it's Alhamdulillah, all praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki. We are praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As this text is saying that, is it as if a servant is trying to talk about his Lord?
Mhm.
Yes? Sister Kulthum, Sister Najla, Dr. Ahmed, and
Yes.
Sister Layla, is
Yeah.
this clear so far?
Yes,
Yes.
thank
Yes.
Right. I'm going to do 2 more sentences and then inshallah, I'll then seek your permission. Wa. Wa. And here, wa bi ibaratin ukhra. Wa means and, ba means wa bi, ba is harf jar. The word ibaratin means expression. The word ibaratin means expression. Ukhra means another.
Mhm.
In, you could translate it will be ibaratun ukhra. You can translate in English in other words. That's in one way of translating it. Or in another, or you could say another expression, or in another word. Sha. So the word sha'a. You know when you say masha Allah. So
Mhm.
sha'a is the past tense. Sha, and who is the file of the verb sha'a? Allah.
Allahu.
So how would you read it?
Sha'Allah.
Sha'Allahu. So Allah is the file, and whenever there's a file of a verb, it always ends with a dhamma or a dhamma tanween. Because Allah has alif lam, so Sha'Allahu. Allah wished, or Allah wishes. What does He wish? Where? Fi. What does fi mean?
In.
In
Exactly. In where? Hadihi. Hadihi is
surati.
majhul. Ahsanti. Fi hadihi surati. And as I told you before, after dhalika and tilka, if the noun after has alif lam, it will be identical harakat of what it should have. So fi hadihi surati, what does he want to do? An. So this is something new. I haven't taught you this yet. Whenever alif and noon come with, whenever it comes in the meaning of two. When it comes to verb, when they normally come, alif and noon always comes with a verb, and it gives the meaning of two. And
Ain ya'lamu.
you, so can you see the shadda?
Mhm.
So this is a 4-letter verb. Allama, you like sallama, yusallimu. I've done this before so many times.
Ya yu'allimu.
Exactly.
Yu'allim.
Allama yu'allimu means to teach.
Mhm.
So you would translate an yu'allima, to teach. So allama, I'm gonna write the harakat on there and send it across. I am, inshallah, and then I want your feedback after this, what you find so far, inshallah. I know I am taking, it's painstaking for me, but if I do a few months of this with you, then you'll be able to, inshallah, understand 60 to 70% of the tafsirs in Arabic, as long as I teach you in this method, inshallah. So allama, yu'allim. Allama means he taught. Yu'allimu means he is teaching. So Sha Allah, Sha'a is a verb. Sha'a Allahu. Allah wished fi hadhihi surati, in this surah, an yu'allima. So normally, whenever you have a present tense verb, the last letter of the singular should end with a dhamma, be yu'allimu. But whenever an comes, which gives the meaning of to, the last letter will get a fatha. So an yu'allima. So whenever an comes in the front of present tense, the last letter of a singular verb will get a fatha. So fi hadhihi surah an yu'allima, he wants to teach who? The word abd and ibad is abdun, ayn, ba, and dal is servant. Ibad is plural.
Servants.
So this here is coming as an object. So normally, if you want to say his servants, we will say ibaduhu. Ibaduhu. Ayn, ba, alif, dal, and ibaduhu means his servants. But the dal will come with a fatha because it's the object for the verb. And as you know, all objects of the verb always are mansub and with a fatha. So the dal will end with a fatha. And yu'allima ibadahu ahsantum. So Allah wished in the surah to teach his servants what? This is a second object. So remember this, sisters and brothers, that sometimes one verb can have more than one object. So this is a second object. Tariqatun means method, way. Method or way. So here, tariqata means method, khitab means addressing. So here, tariqa is mudaf, tariqata is mudaf, khitab means address. So here we read it mudaf, tariqata, khitabihim. Khitabihim, khitab is mudaf ilay. So tariqata khitabihim. I'm going to translate again. Sha Allahu, Allah wished, fi hadhihi surati, in this surah, and yu'allima, to teach what? Ibadahu, his servants. What is he teaching? Tariqata is the object.
The method.
Khitabihim mudaf ilay, to the tariqa. Method of addressing him. Him means him. We refer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Lahu munajati.
To tariqat khitabim, their method of addressing lahu, to him. Lahu is referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, lahu, to him.
Munajat.
So the word munajat is munajat is going to be treated as jama munajatihim wa iyyah, and their method of whispering to him. Iyyahu means to him only.
So the him is coming with khataba and manajat is referring to ibadah, right?
So here
Abada.
so the verb tariqata khitabihim, method of the him, the first him is referring to the ibads.
Yes, that's okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
The method of their addressing lahu, to him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa munajat, and their whispers. That the word munajat means whispered prayer. Iyyahu means to him alone. So their whisper to him, their whispers, iyyahu, to him. Okay? Is this clear to everyone?
Yes.
Right. Okay, next continue. So the word ibtada, you know the word ibtada is similar to this word here now. Now, can you see the ta in the beginning? Yeah, the ta here is indicating that this is the present tense verb. So remove the ta, and ba, dal, and hamza, make them all with a fatha. Ahsanti. Bada'a means it begins or he begins. Bada'a yabda. It's a three-letter verb. Bada'a yabda'u. Bada'a yabda'u. Just 1 second. I'm writing this out for you. Bada means it begins or he begins. And bada'a yabda'u. Now, here is beginning with a ta. And I just mentioned this a few times before, that we're always normally after the verb, you always have the fa'il. So who is the fa'il of the verb tabda'u? Why is it coming feminine? Why is it coming feminine?
Which one?
Tabda'u, word here.
Oh,
Tabda'u.
Isn't it you as well as a?
Yeah, but it's not coming you. Can you see hadhihi is feminine?
Oh, okay.
So yes, you write tabda can come also as you as well, but hadhihi is coming after it. So you need to understand hadhihi is coming as the fa'il, and as-surah is coming with alif lam, and is the actual badal of hadhihi. So the ta marbuta on as-surah, what should it have?
T.
T.
N-
Yes, sir.
It's badal. So hadhi is coming as fa'il, and as-surah is coming as badal. So if the
So
fa'il,
it should be Surah T.
Two.
ahsanti, sister
Oh,
Wajda Kulthum. So your sister Wajda. As-surah 2.
so
Yes.
T, and why is it 2 again?
Because it's the coming
But
as hadhihi, and as-surah is coming as the badal, meaning it comes identical, identical harakat of hadhihi is going to be transferred to as-surah. Hadhihi
Okay.
is coming in the place of fa'il,
Oh,
and
file.
as-surah, yeah. So
yes.
tabda hadhihi suratu. This, so you would translate, this surah begins. So as you know, this is present tense, bada'a yabda'u, hadhihi is feminine, so that's the reason ta is coming. Tabda'u hadhihi suratu. This surah begins with what?
Bihamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So Wajda, go ahead, go and read.
Biham
Dar. And
bihamdillah.
Ahsanti.
Billahi
Yes. Dal, get your second one.
wassala'i
Ahsanti.
ilayhi.
Alayhi means upon him.
Yes.
So we'll translate now. This surah begins, ba means by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and glorifying him. Alayhi means him.
Mm.
Rather upon him, it means in English translation, him is sufficient.
Mhm.
Okay.
What is that? Was tastamiru?
Okay, I'll tell you now. This, you know, that word. Those who know Urdu, they have an advantage. The root word is istimrar.
Yes.
So the past of istimrar is istamarra. I'll write this down now in the chat box for you. Those who know Urdu, what does istamarra mean? Istimrar.
No.
Istamarra. Jay? Istamarra means to continue. So let me just write the harakats on there, and please write these words down, and I'll send you that, and then I'm going to istamarra yastamirru. So the present tense is istimrar. So then it says, what can you see? Istamarra yastamirru. So istamarra. My mistake. I did a mistake. Sorry, I did a mistake. Don't write this down. I made a mistake. Yeah, it should be a ya in the present tense. I'll put a ta again. Yastamirru. Istamarra yastamirru. So can you see a ta being? So it should have been yastamirru. He is beginning, or it is beginning. It is tastamirru because it's talking about the surah. Surah is feminine, and that's the reason why there is a feminine ta in the beginning. Tastamirru. So what tastamirru means that it continues. What continues?
Hamd and
And Surah Alhamd continues.
yes.
وتستمر
تستمر في إقرار الإيمان
exactly
بالمبدأ
بالمبدأ بالمبدأ means the beginning.
Okay. بالمبدأ والمعاد
Ma'adi means day of judgment.
معاد معادي or معاد
Ma'adi for ba, it's ataf. Because whenever wow comes, whatever the word previously has a harakat, it follows the same harakat. Bil mabda'i wal ma'adi.
والمعاد بالله ويوم القيامة
Ahsanti.
وتنتهي
Yep.
بالتدري
No. وتنتهي بالتضرع. The ra should be
بالتضرع والطلب
والطلب.
طلب.
Okay, ahsanti, mashallah, very good. Let me translate now. وتستمر, it continues, means Surah Alhamd continues, في إقرار الإيمان, in establishing or acknowledging belief. Al-Iman is belief or faith. Bil-Mabda'i, mean in creation. Wal-Ma'adi, day of judgment. Billahi, in Allah. Wa Yawm al-Qiyamati, and the day of reckoning. Yawm al-Qiyamati. And the word tantahi, the past tense is intaha. I'll write this down. Intaha means to finish. Intaha yantahi. Intaha yantahi means to finish. Or also comes meaning of conclude. Finish or conclude. Intaha yantahi means to finish or conclude. To finish or conclude. So then it says, so tantahi is intaha yantahi. So it's yantahi because with a ta, because it's talking about, it again is referring back to Surah Alhamd, because the whole thing, this chapter is talking about Surah Alhamd because it's feminine. So it's ta, tantahi bitadarru'i. The word tadarru'i means humility.
So when we use tantahi, it means we are using like farhiya.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yes, over here, because Surah Al-Hamd is feminine, that's right. Bitadarru'i, the word ba means is harf jar, alif lam is the, with the humility. At-tadarru means humility, what talabi, and request. Talab comes in the meaning of request or seeking as well. Talab can mean request or seeking. Right.
Okay.
So I'll finally one more time I'll read the Arabic and then I'll end. وتستمر في حرف الجار إقرار الإيمان بالمبدأ والمعاد بالله ويوم القيامة وتنتهي بالتضرع والطلب. تضرع, I said humility, and والطلب means seeking or requesting.
Are you going to send us the recording, Sheikh, please?
You're talking about the recording. I'm going to ask you, how do you find this, that all your 2.5 years of efforts have been paid off today in doing this, the way I've tried to do this. I want your feedback. How did you find this now?
So nice. So much to learn, mashallah. Very nice. Loved it.
I'm actually lost, Sheikh. I'm sorry. It's hard for me because I don't know, maybe because I don't have the Urdu background.
She doesn't want to do. That's the problem. I can understand.
Okay, the English, the Arabic words, I don't mind. I can understand that. No, don't know the vocabulary, but did you understand the actual Arabic grammar, which to some extent understand mudaf, mudaf ilayh, and so forth? But do you having some sort of understanding there?
That part of it, yes, I do understand, but fluency and trying to say the words, that's really hard for me right now.
That's fine. That's perfect. That's normally this is the normal impression of the students. They will say to me, what you need to do is listen to the recording and also read the Arabic text like I have been doing it. وَسَيَاقُ السُّورَةِ تَخْتَلِفُ سُورَةُ الْحَمْدِ. Try to read this a few times and you will see that as you see the word, like there'll be a lot of repetition of this. So this is the great thing about it. Once you master a few pages of how to read the Arabic text, you'll be able to apply the same rulings on other texts as well.
So Sheikh, what I find is that I do see that there are certain words that are repeatedly used in different forms. And I think it would be, I could just get those root words, because I know that you have shown us how, not just how you can change it into Mudaria, but also how adding a different harf in front of it changes the meaning, whether it's doer or whatever. So I think, because I see certain words, they're used in different forms, but it is the same root word. So that would be helpful.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Even next week, I'm going to concentrate on this first paragraph again. So the word تختلف, متميزة, all of the new verbs which we have done, I'm going to go do the past tense, the present tense, and the imperatives.
So, Sheikh, we are not going to do the book. We are going to be doing this for the next couple of lessons.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this lesson separate from the class which we're normally doing, Medina Arabic class.
Okay.
Okay.
This will be separate.
But we definitely want to continue our books, because once we finish a few books, and then it will be more helpful to understand these kind of things here.
You know, I am going to do that, but I want to give you a taste of this as well, so that you know that where we are heading, what is our destiny. Because sometimes what happens is that if you don't show your students what is your destiny, they sometimes get bewildered and confused.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, I agree, because I actually learned today, and it's very new experience for me to read without vowels. So it was very nice, and I like it. And we learn. The thing is, I mean, right now we don't have anything of this, and we are like, sometimes we do here and sometimes we do there and here, and we don't have anything with us after that when you're done. But when the book we have our book with, and we could work on that, we could do homework, we could do the exercises. So this is more like we are going with the curriculum, so that's better, I think. But this is here and there, if you add something, it's very helpful. Definitely it is.
What I'm trying to do is that what we have done is that the concept of book 1, 2, and to some extent book 3, it's all in this itself. The vocabulary, yes, we have the vocabulary,
definitely.
but the actual implementation, that allama yu'allimu, we've done this. I've talked about istimrar. So what I will do, I'll be using the book as the actual pivotal point of making you be able to use that as exercises and use this tafsir book as a means of practice and give you that extra fluency and comprehension level.
Thank you.
So what I'll do, I'll try to, if you're happy, on Fridays in the evening, if you're happy, I'll try to do this with yourselves, and on Mondays we'll do the other thing. I'll only do one paragraph at a time, just to give you that extra help and support for yourselves.
I think it's so important, because we don't know how to read with Haraka. Like this, we get more practice, you know?
Yeah, the thing is that that's the thing what we do in the houses as well. That once the students have done the basic grammar, then we have to teach them how to apply their grammar on reading the books itself without the harakat itself, like I'm doing now.
Inshallah.
So this is what we'll do, inshallah. So please, I'm going to send you some breakdowns of the past and present tense. Not today, it's too late now. I'll send that tomorrow. And please, if you can kindly
conjugate them
first.
Conjugate?
Conjugate, like if we did the word tamayyaza, do all the past tense. Tamayyaza, tamayyaza, tamayyazu, tamayyazat, tamayyazada, tamayyazna. I want you to do this. Say it to me. Conjugate them, record it, and send it across to me. And also, if you can write them down, past and present tense. If you're good in the conjugation, then don't write it down. But if you're finding it difficult, then write it down. I'll send you a text as well, the past tense and present tense, because you need to know the basic 10 patterns of the verb conjugations. As I said, there are 3-letter verbs and there are 4-letter, 5 and 6. The basic conjugations you need to know really well. And then inshallah, we could do the others, because you will see all of the Arabic verbs repeat again and again, the patterns.
So we should do like every time we need to have some conjugations in Madi and Mazari and Amr, so it will continue as our practice. Otherwise, you forget everything.
I know, and that's what this is what we'll do, Sister Wajda, next session on Friday, inshallah. From Friday evenings, 11 o'clock, as long as everyone's happy. I'll do just this tafsir itself, only one paragraph, but I will not. I will go through the first paragraph again and dissect everything again for everyone, inshallah. Okay.
Every Friday.
Fridays, inshallah.
Okay. Same time.
11 o'clock, 6 o'clock New York time. Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Is that okay, Doctor?
Yeah.
Is that okay for you as well?
Okay for me
Thank
too.
you for giving you extra time. I really appreciate it.
No, I
True.
think we are at that stage now. I just need to give more practice. The more practice you will get, and you become more confident. Because normally, to be honest with you, when we studied Arabic language many years ago, we didn't study up to book. So pretty much we did up to book 2 level, not the same books. We did different books, but we concentrated more on grammar. So you are more ahead of us when I started initially Arabic many years ago, and understanding Arabic grammar comprehension and Arabic language itself. But we focus more on grammar than the Arabic language. So inshallah, with practice, inshallah, you should be with that level. So I'll give it a couple of weeks, and then I will ask you feedback again. How are you finding it now, inshallah? Okay.
But she, Kulsum bought the whole set of the books. She got all the books.
Yeah, it's good to have
Maybe
it.
9-10 books she already have them.
8 books. Yeah, 8 books in total.
8 books she has with her. So
Sister
also
Munazza,
we had that book too, which you call us to. We bought that. I bought that book. What was the learning grammar from Quran, something like that. So we just read few days and that it's done now.
no. I will continue that as well. If you want me to continue that as well.
Yeah, that was very important book.
Okay. ठीक है. So what I'll do then is that I will then inshallah give me after Arba'in, I'll start that class again. Arabic through the Quran itself by Alan Jones. I'll start that again on the weekends, because during the weekdays it's gonna be difficult. I'll be probably the weekends itself. Or
All
maybe
right. Thank you so much.
Friday evening, inshallah. Okay, take it, inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj. Sister Muna Zadi, assalamu alaikum. Did you get